Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I made these beautiful fun fold cards with products from Stampin' Up. I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website, and you'll also find links for the products I used. Just click the links for the products that you would like to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of the video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. For these cards, I am using Season of Chic, and I love this stamp set because it's got all the seasons. It's got snowflakes and shells for the beach and fall leaves and spring flowers. And it has these chic dies, which have kind of two-step stamps. So for instance, they have the outline of the leaf and then this kind of highlights for the leaf and the flower and the snowflake. And then there's some extras along the way and the shells. And then they've also got this beautiful background. And so for this card, I'm using this background and the outline of the leaf and the details. And I designed this card so that when I show it at my workshop, people can choose between the petal pink version and the soft succulent version and be equally beautiful. I have a medium envelope in white. I have a piece of soft succulent and a piece of the distressed gold. I have already added some of the adhesive sheets. These adhesive sheets come 6 by 9, and I was confused how to use it. I thought you would put this side on the cardstock, but it's actually this side that peels off. It's pretty easy for me to put it on the cardstock or the paper that you want, kind of line it up on the edge and then peel it away. My card base is soft succulent, basic card base. It's a basic card base that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have some of the Designer Series paper. This is from the Texture Chic specialty paper, and one side of all the paper has these gold foil accents, and then they have kind of a watercolor wash as well with some of the designs. And of course they're two-sided. This has some leaves on the back. This one's a little bit different design that has the darker splatters on the back. Most of the paper will work for this card. And then I have a piece of basic white that is, these are both 4 by 5 1/4, but I've actually cut the white down just like a 1/16 of an inch less, just a hair shorter. I'm pulling in my Stampin' Trimmer. I'm using a ruler and a pencil because I want to mark this, and I could actually mark this with the trimmer, but I'm finding it easier to mark with the pencil. So I went halfway for this. So this is 5 1/2, so that's 2 3/4. So I want to mark that at 2 3/4. And then I want to mark this halfway. This is 4 1/4, so this is 2 1/8. And I want to mark this one also at 2 1/8. And then I want to line up this corner where the crease is from here to this center mark. So I'm putting the center mark in the track and kind of holding that, and then moving the crease up to the track, checking again, and using the light scoring blade, score that. And then I'll repeat that going this other way. And then I'm going to go from the halfway mark to that same center mark. And turning it and repeating on this side. And these marks really won't show, but it's not a bad idea to go ahead and erase those. And then on the designer series paper, we want to find the center of this. Now this one's not 5.5, this is 5.25. So half of 5.25, half of 5 is 2.5, and then half of a quarter is 1/8, so mark right there. And then I'm going to cut from that mark to this corner. And from this corner to the same mark. Again, I may have a little bit of a pencil mark, so I erase that. I was trying to figure out why I have this piece of soft succulent. I don't actually need this. I do need a little scrap. When I need a small scrap, I pull in one of my small layers. So I'll use this. My inks are soft succulent and gray granite. And I have some gray granite of baker's twine from the Essentials Baker Twine set. I'm going to start off by stamping in soft succulent my leaf. And I want to be on one end of here. I think I'm going to use the detailed leaf to stamp the envelope. And I'm probably going to stamp the inside with that same stamp in just a little bit. I'm also going to stamp my greeting in gray granite, wishing you the best birthday ever. And I think I'm going to stamp this way. And I'm going to punch it with the rectangular postage. And I didn't get that inked very well, so let me try again. Much better. And go ahead and punch that with that. And I want to punch it a little bit with more on this side. In fact, I think I want to trim this up a little bit. See if I can get in there a little bit better. And that gives, because I'm going to put my leaf over here, and this gives me more space there. That's better. And I have my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I do have the larger machine, but boy, I use this one a lot, and I am so glad I have it. So I'm going to cut my leaf, my solid leaf, my outline leaf, with a little bit of washi tape, and my gold foil, that distressed gold. And it looks like I really might have used my bigger one to do it all in one pass, but this is good. And then the gold. And then I'm going to use the kind of highlight leaf here. Cover that up and roll it through. If it does not go all the way through the adhesive sheet, that's okay, because actually that will help with these little pieces. Okay, I think I'm ready to start putting this together. You will want your bone folder. So for this piece, you're going to fold these in, and then these outer corners out, and you want to get a very good crease. And then repeat on this side, so fold this down and this back up. And get a good crease there too. We will put our white paper on the inside. So this is actually the same paper you'd need for a regular standard card with a designer series paper on the full front of it, an extra couple of folds. So this piece is going here, but the piece that goes here is going to go actually with the plain side, because I'm going to be covering up a lot of that. So I will put the glue on the foil side. But I find the multi-purpose liquid glue is really nice when you've got little points like this, because you can get the adhesive all the way to the corners. You do want to kind of make sure you've got your triangle going the right direction. It's not the same, it's not an equilateral triangle, so you may need to rotate it a little bit. Okay, and then these pieces do get the foil showing. And I thought about cutting this basic white into the triangle, and you could, but I found it a little bit difficult to make sure that I didn't have a gap, and so I think it's easier to go ahead and have this white that we're going to cover up. So this is going to go down in this corner. This one goes in this corner. And you may want to stamp your leaf in the center of your card here. And then I find that it is a little bit better to go ahead and put adhesive on here. And here, just to kind of hold that open like that. And now we need to separate out this backing. And this backing does have the divider here, so we can pull that off. And the fact that it didn't go all the way through is actually helpful to get all those little pieces, and they pretty much stay together. Now you can pop these out if you want, or you can leave them in. Just make sure you don't have any white ones showing on this side. And I think I want that extra decorative part facing up. And we'll use a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals on the tag, covering up my oopsie. And we'll put this here a little bit to the right because we're going to go over a little bit with the flower, with the leaf. Here's my leaf, and we'll put this kind of highlight, gold highlights over that leaf. And you can raise this up with dimensionals as well, but this is already kind of lumpy for the post office, so I usually I try not to have 2 layers of dimensionals on, so I'm just going to go flat on here. And then I'm going to use my friend Gidget's bow maker and tie a bow, and I am going 2 times around, cross, and whichever one is on top is the one that goes through the middle and over and to the front, and tie a knot. And I find it easier to trim it while it's on the bow maker. And just slide it over the top. And we'll put this bow on a glue dot. So I usually, if I can, I just put it on the glue dot and then pinch the glue dot and the bow at the same time. And that makes it pretty easy. And we'll put that over the leaf. And there it is. It looks pretty fancy, but it's really not too much more difficult than a regular card. You can do this. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, you can find the products I offer to make crafting more convenient, how to get free products with my frequent shopper rewards, and a link to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Inspiration to scroll all my projects back to 2011, most with detailed directions and videos. Though the products in those older projects have been retired, you may find techniques, layouts, or color combinations to inspire you today. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, what's special about Stampin' Up! Stamps, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find lots of free resources such as catalog tabs, labels and case inserts, color tools, and much more. You can take a tour of my craft wall. More organization means more time for stamping. You can learn about my Evernote notebook. I have a note for every current product that Stampin' Up! Has for sale right now. And you can sort them all by the type of product. You can search just for the stamps. You can search just for the designer series paper. You can search for the phrase that you want, or an image that you would like to use. You can search all the products that come in a particular color. It really makes finding just exactly what you want very easy. And you can create your own notebook and search through all of the things that you own to find just what you need. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or start a Stampin' Up! Business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon.